welcome to tonight's coverage of Breck Live. We are here in Tiger Arena getting ready to watch some Lady Tiger action. Can't see it right now, but the JV game is going into the fourth quarter, tied 17-17. So hopefully that'll turn out for a good win for the Lady Tigers. Normally a good JV win is going to propel the varsity team to play well, typically for us anyway.
It was a bit of an interesting start to this game, actually. I believe the Lady Tigers were up 10-0 either in the first or second quarter. I think Ohio County was quite scoreless, and since then we have not done much, really. It's been a very interesting game. But
yeah. I mean, it just seems like a very low-scoring game, even for just JV. I mean, like
yeah,
17-all.
Especially following last night's antics, the Fighting Tigers going against the Raiders of Hart County in score of 95-88, if I remember correctly. Kaysen Morris had, I think, 32 points.
32. Ethan had what, 20?
I think Ethan had 21. I mean,
21,
it was insane.
Yeah.
Officiating.
There's a lot of curious calls, I might add. I was on the bench watching, and I won't get into it though. That's for another time. But anyway, looking at the Lady Tigers as we were starting this pregame show, Breck is coming off a win against Cloverport, 61-6 last week, and a win against Barron County, 71-42. Who the last time we played them here, we only won by what, 10? I believe it was 10.
Certain on that one.
It was around there, 10 or 11. So that was a really good win on the road for us. They played remarkably, and if you want to rewatch the Cloverport game, it's going to be, you can find it on the Breck Live YouTube channel, and to watch that Barron County game, you can find it on BCHS Live. That's Barron County High School's streaming service. So in the game, I got to watch it, and the team had lots of energy, like right off the bat. I mean, even though just coming off of a Cloverport win, and you might be a little bit down, a couple days rest, you never know what it's going to be like, but they had lots of energy and were dominant the entire game, I might say. And we were shooting hot for most of the game. There was a couple downspouts, but Cassie McDaniel had 4 threes in the first quarter. Second quarter, she kind of had a little bit of a heat check, but that first quarter was just, it set up the Lady Tigers remarkably. Sydney Tucker also had a great game. And by the end of the first quarter, the team was on pace to score 80 points.
Oh, wow.
We had, I think it was like 21-22 at the end of the first quarter. It was insane. So the team as a whole shot 48% from the field, 48% from behind the arc, but only 50% from the free throw line, which only emphasizes the point you make about them being the lowest free throw shooting team for percentages.
I don't know if it's like, I'm not sure about the other third region numbers. I'm sure I could research that and come back to everybody, but
I'll look at Ohio counties in a little bit.
Yeah.
I have theirs in comparison to us as a whole, but yeah, it's kind of low.
Yeah,
it's kind of low. But anyway, back to that game. Sydney Tucker, she led scoring with 21 points and a 69% field goal. Isabel Grimes and Cassidy contributed 17 points each. Isabel was 5 for 6 from the 3, and Cassidy was 5 from 9. The team's defense was also exceptional. The hard push and press that we always see in the zone led to over 20 turnovers. I'm not saying that we caused all those turnovers. There was a lot that was just Barron County's fault on their own. They kind of got in their head and just started making a lot of mistakes that not normally you'd make if you're locked in. But it was just a great game. Definitely a big win. Second region? I think that's what they are.
I believe that may be correct. I'm not for certain on that.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean that's just a really good win for them, and just propels us as number 1 in the third region.
So I did have a question for you, being as you watched the game and you talk about turnovers. So speaking tactically from a defensive perspective, did you see the majority of turnovers forced in the half court? Or, I mean, you said they weren't all forced. There were some blunders. But
there was a lot forced in the half court. Our press, I can't remember if we were in the 2-1-2 or 2-2-1, but you never know which one we're going to be in because they're both successful. But, yeah, we just put so much pressure on them. And for a time in the beginning, while the pace was, like, really fast for both teams, they were able to kind of get around it. But as the game went on, especially in the third quarter, the third quarter was kind of, as soon as we came out of the locker room for halftime, we just went out the gates. It was insane. They could not score at all. It was just like, wow. We were just getting possessions back each and every time. But they made a lot of just bad passes, just not very good decision making either. But yeah, I mean, our press and our zone definitely had impact on that, I would say.
Okay, well, that's certainly one of the things I constantly try and brag on the Lady Tigers for, and Coach Mormon, I think, does a great job helping with this, but they have great adaptability as far as tempo and tactics are concerned. If they're trying to make a major change defensively, or another team makes a major defensive or offensive change, we can adapt quickly to try and, stop those changes, and if we do something that we're doing very well, you can keep running back to that thing, and I think they always do a great job with that, especially when they're first forcing turnovers. So, also I did find out Barron County, the Trojanettes are in the 4th region.
4th region.
So,
my apologies. The 2nd region's who? Henderson, maybe?
Yes, that is the
I'm mixing it up a little bit.
This is the Bowling Green, Greenwood region.
Yeah,
they're in that group.
Yeah.
And actually, Barron County currently sits at the top of the 4th region. In RPI, they have a 583 RPI.
Oh, really?
Second place is actually Bowling Green with a 555.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so
maybe it was just either we just played incredibly well and that was just an off game for them, or maybe I don't know. Maybe
we're just a far superior team. I don't know.
I don't want to speculate, but
so
I don't want to be biased. Not speculate. I don't want to be biased.
Okay, that makes sense. But
yeah.
So, another thing we're looking at, and obviously this is in the future. Currently, we're dealing with the Ohio County game. We'll talk about that shortly as to, the upcoming action, since we're going to probably jump right into that as the game progresses. But following this game, I believe Friday, March the 5th, the Lady Tigers take on top of the 2nd region, Henderson County, I believe the Colonels.
That's gonna be a game.
That's right, a team. They have to travel to Henderson County, and then the next day, Saturday, they have to travel to John Hardin.
It's about an hour-and-a-half drive, and then about a 45-minute drive right there.
Yeah. So interestingly, I'm assuming this is on Eastern time, but it says the game at John Hardin starts at 8 p.m., which is very interesting. That's a late start.
I would imagine that's Eastern time. I would think so.
Even still, though, you finish the game at 9:30 as a John Hardin fan on your Eastern time, and then you come home. Guess get ready for Sunday.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, interesting. And then
I guess they're playing JV as well, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably. And as you can see, JV action still going on here. Lady Tigers have taken another big lead.
I don't know what happened. I started looking down my notes, and next thing you know, I look up and it's 28-19.
So
Lady Tigers on top.
3 minutes to go here. Lady Tigers looking to close this one out here, which could be a sign of good things to come for varsity. So we've seen that happen frequently, and certainly a pretty exciting one. And we saw the JV game get canceled yesterday, so we had to start really early.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It was strange.
Yeah, I thought I'd have time after practice to get something to eat, and nope.
Yeah, we just jumped right in. It was kind of funny because me and Skylar were scrambling around. I'd showed up really early to try and help set things up for this, and Skylar kind of walked in like 15 minutes before the game started, and we're just like, all right, we're jumping right into it. But today we've had a lot more time to prepare, so maybe a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere today. But going into this game, the Ohio County Lady Eagles, not to be confused with the E-Gals of Apollo High School. The Lady Eagles are currently 8-7 on the season. They are ranked 6th in the 3rd region. And do you have any particular information you would like to share?
I have plenty. You said that they're 6th in the region in RPI. Right now they are 8-7. They had what was it? 7? Yeah, 7 or 8 COVID cancellations.
Yes, I think so.
That puts a damper on the season. I know. I believe it was Owensboro that they also have had a lot of cancellations, and that's just going to affect the team as a whole. Like you're not. I don't know if that's going to get you as ready for tournament time. You got to have more opponents. I mean, just to get some. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So last season, might I add before I get into Ohio County, the Lady Tigers defeated Ohio County 53-40, and that was the only time they played them last year. That was at Ohio, I believe. Leah Mucker, she led the scoring that night with 21 points. So they're looking to bring the fire once again against a big 3rd region rival. And So looking at Ohio County specifically coming into this game, they're 8-7 as I mentioned. They have lost to the likes of Owensboro Catholic twice, who we beat, but we haven't been able to play again. Grayson County, Bowling Green, who we have not played. McLean County, Graves County, who I don't believe we played either. And most recently Hancock County.
Mm-hmm.
And we beat all the ones that we have played of that pick we have defeated. So their RPI, like you said, places them 6th in the 3rd region compared to us that is 1st in the 3rd region. So, and since their most recent games, Hancock County, I'll look at a couple of their stats from that.
Yeah.
And their loss, it was a 49-34 loss, so not a very high-scoring game in comparison to what the Lady Tigers are normally used to.
And I wonder why that was.
It's because it was in the Sports Center.
Exactly.
Might I add, it was in the Sports Center. I'm not sure why they played Hancock County. It was some sort of invitational. I don't know what invitational, but why?
Yeah, it was something we talked about, and it wasn't on the KHSA scoreboard that it was like a specific invitational, but that's like so out of the way for both of those teams.
That makes no sense to me at all. But oh well, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But in that game, they shot 24% from the field, 25% from the 3-point, and 53% from the free throw. That was just a non-shooting night, just completely off. And they only had one player to score in double digits, and that was Addie Bullock with 10. And that is number 34, so be on the lookout for her tonight. She's, I believe, 2nd in scoring.
Yeah, she averages 13, I think.
Yeah, 13 points per game, right behind Kennedy Kelsey with 14 points per game. So they're looking to come back and maybe run some better offense to get more buckets. But, of course, I don't really know if it's just the Sports Center and just that atmosphere or the goals. Or I don't know. I've never shot on the Sports Center because, I don't play basketball. But
I just don't feel like it's that different the few times I've been in there.
I don't know. I don't know what it is with it, but
maybe it's like playing Meade County. You just don't know.
Maybe it is. We just can't somehow beat Meade County, even though
it's that odd energy.
I would say that we are above Meade County. But I'm not gonna try to be biased here.
I wish we could have played them again before
before
the end of the season.
Yeah, that would have been really good for them to set them up for the tournament, I believe, so they don't kind of go into it as nervous as they might. But now. Overall, as both teams going to compare them, Ohio's averaging 41% from the field. Breck County is averaging 44% from the field. 35% for the 3-point is Ohio County, and 38% from the 3-point is Breck County. And here's the free throw percentage. I was looking at some of the players, and their lowest player with like the lowest free throw percentage was 47%. So I'm like, okay, if that's the lowest, I have a feeling they're going to be a much better free throw shooting team than Breckinridge County. It's only a 1% difference.
Yeah.
They have 61% from the free throw, and Breck County is 60%. Not good. I'm not saying that's good, but it just kind of shocked me because I was like, whoa. Okay, so we got two not very good free throw shooting teams.
Yeah.
We're pretty close in percentages when it comes to shooting, so I'm really curious how we're going to see the shooting tonight, if it's just going to be a shoot fest or if we're going to really have to focus on defense.
And you talked about, I believe, scoring averages as well before we started.
They have 3 players that average in double figures compared to Breck's 4, which is Isabel Grimes, Cassie McDaniel, Aaliyah Mucker, and Sydney Tucker. They have number 10, Kennedy Kelsey. She's leading with 14 points per game. Then the Addie Bullock that I mentioned, number 34, 13 points per game. And then Rain Embry, number 40, with 10 points per game. Now, I believe their best 3-point shooter is going to be Addie Bullock, 42% from the 3-point.
Okay.
But
definitely a threat in that regard.
Yeah. And Rain Embry, I believe, let me look at her. Yeah, she's 5'9", she's a junior, but she has 7 rebounds per game, 71% from the free throw line, and 50% from the field goal. So she's kind of a really, I can just tell from the stats. Now, maybe not whenever they come out, but it seems like a really all-around player, kind of like an Aaliyah Mucker almost.
Okay, yeah, that's a very fair analysis. And then again, we talked about the Lady Eagles schedule, as it looks like the team's now coming out to warm up. So we can't see jersey numbers yet because it looks like they have warm-up shirts on, but we shall see that shortly. Although, obviously, don't judge a book by its cover. But looking at the Lady Eagles schedule again, they've had 7 cancellations due to COVID-19, and they've been sort of interesting ones. Muhlenberg County, who the Lady Tigers beat pretty convincingly. Hopkins County Central, they've actually had 2 games canceled against Hopkins County Central, which they're a Region 2 team, I believe. They're sitting kind of middle of the table there, kind of like Ohio County is, so maybe it would have been interesting to see how they competed. They had a game canceled against Hancock County. That was their home matchup against Hancock County. And, of course, they lost by 15 to Hancock County at the Sports Center, which is honestly a little bit odd. Definitely a good sign for the Lady Tigers going into this one if, a team we've beaten in Hancock County is able to beat the Lady Eagles by 15. That's a pretty big margin of error there for them. And then also had a game scheduled against McLean County that got canceled. Then Apollo game got canceled. Grayson got canceled one time. And then Greenwood, who is not a team I don't believe we've played. But so several teams that may have been able to give us a better comparison, going into this game, but have been canceled. So kind of hard to judge going into this one. I would say the Lady Tigers are definitely looking pretty excited to get into this one. Actually, we were able to catch a bit of their practice yesterday, preceding the Fighting Tigers game against the Raiders. The Lady Tigers were, I believe, practicing for this Ohio County matchup specifically, getting as aggressive as possible in the press. They were actually scrimmaging against the JV team. Coach Mormon was very adamant about being as aggressive as possible defensively, while still not fouling. But I think the Lady Tigers do a very good job of playing aggressively without fouling. So I'm wondering how that press is going to come into effect. I don't know how the ball handling of the Lady Eagles is going to play out. I don't think we have their turnover stats.
No, the KHSAA, the scoreboard, it does not. But, looking at them right now, I would just like to add the size difference. Not just height, but, just size overall.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of a difference between them and Breck. And I know we've said that with, who was it, Mercy?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year. There was quite a bit of a size difference there, but that did not matter whatsoever for the Lady Tigers because they were just quick enough and able to use the press to cause turnovers.
So I believe Ohio County does have a girl listed at 6 feet, Cammie Smith, sophomore. Not sure her scoring numbers. Says she's only played in 7 games, averaging .3, so presumably not one of their more essential players, but still definitely pretty large, able to get out there. And they also have, let's see, their heights kind of vary a little bit. The shortest being 5'1", which Lady Tigers maintain pretty consistent heights. As you go across the roster, it doesn't change a whole lot. Obviously there are taller players like Lily Critchlow, Kaylee Huffines, but I feel like it remains pretty consistent in that, 5'4" to 5'9" range in there. But yeah, I feel like, and again, one of the biggest factors for the Lady Tigers is always going to be athleticism. They play so athletically. They can play as aggressive as they want, really, for the most part. They have, 8 or 9 players that can get out there and run. And then, obviously, they have some great interior defenders like Lily Critchlow, who does a great job. So I guess we're just going to have to see tactically what Ohio County does. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do defensively. It looked like the Lady Tigers were practicing against several variations of defenses. We know they do a great job of scoring from almost any area. They can shoot the 3, they can drive, take some mid-range jumpers. They do a great job really scoring with any player too. Again, we have 4 players averaging in the double digits, so I don't really have much else to add really going into these 2 teams. I think definitely just looking pretty solid overall. We can see Ohio County warming up. Obviously you don't learn a ton from warming up. You just kind of see team chemistry a little bit, just kind of look at, how they move, how quick they are. You can't see much from defense, but very interesting. But Cam, do you have anything to add?
I was about to say, before we wrap up the pregame, we probably should do a trivia questions.
I think it'd be better to do trivia
right before.
Right before.
Okay.
I feel like that would probably be a better idea.
I'm just rushing it since we didn't do it last time.
Yeah, I know. I feel really bad that we didn't do that, but we will make sure to get it. I feel like there's probably not as many viewers right now, so I'd feel bad if a lot of people were excluded from getting to participate in the trivia. But we'll throw it in there probably about 5 minutes pregame, I think.
Yeah, we'll try to get it in there.
Or maybe right before the national anthem, we'll jump into that range, but we shall figure it out. So again, if you are just now tuning in, if you missed the beginning of the pregame show, tonight's matchup, again, the Lady Tigers, who are currently, I believe, following the win over Barron County.
16-2.
16-2. Top of the 3rd region. by
by far.
by a margin of 600 in RPI, or not 600, 60 in RPI. They have 665 currently over Apollo's 608. So Apollo actually jumped up to the number 2 spot in the 3rd region by RPI. They jumped ahead of Owensboro
I
Catholic.
heard they got their leading player back.
Okay.
So that'll be really exciting to watch if we play them again and for the tournament time.
Yeah, hopefully, obviously hoping we make it into the regional tournament. Hopefully we get to see some good competition there. And this is probably going to be one of the last games this season we're able to do on Breck Live. We only have one home game remaining after this one, which is Davis County in exactly 1 week on the 9th. That is a home game. It starts at 7 p.m. And there's 2 games between that. Again, we talked about Henderson County coming up on Friday. That is a big one. Henderson County at the top of the 2nd region. Definitely one of the more competitive teams in the state. We see them consistently do a great job, and we know they're going to be a fearsome opponent. And then we follow that up playing John Hardin. So Lady Tigers definitely looking to be one of the top teams in the state. Try and win the region, try and get to the state tournament, try and win the state tournament. I think that's kind of their outlook on the season. I think first, though, you got to finish out the season. You got to go to the district tournament. You got to win the district tournament. You got to beat Meade County. You have to beat Meade County. That has to happen.
I think right now that's their challenge.
Yeah, really, if you can overcome that hurdle, I think the Lady Tigers can match up and beat anyone in the 3rd region. I mean, they're sitting at the top of it. They've beaten Apollo, they've beaten Catholic, and let's see, I believe, have we beaten McLean as well? I'm not 100% certain on that one.
Yeah, we beat McLean at the Sports Center earlier on in the season.
So, I mean, I think, honestly, we match up well with anybody. We just have to win those games that really matter, and that's all I really have to say. I suppose we will cut to a quick commercial. We will tune back in here shortly before the national anthem, probably with some trivia. So catch us in, I don't know, probably say 5 to 6 minutes. We will be back after this quick commercial break. Thank you for tuning in.
Ronnie, we are just underway here with about 11 minutes to go until the start of some Lady Tiger action. We wanted to come on a little bit sooner to get our trivia questions out there. So, Lincoln, I'll let you take it away.
All right, so just a brief coverage of what the trivia segment is for those of you who are new to it. And, if you are new to it, you could go try and check out the older streams to see what exactly we've got going on. Generally, my piece of trivia is miscellaneous Breckenridge County trivia. Cam, your trivia, generally sports related, but can be nearly anything sometimes.
I think I've only had it sports related,
okay.
So at least I have something there.
So I actually have a bit of Lady Tigers trivia for you all. So I've actually brought up this number several times in some mathematical calculations. I think I did maybe before Cloverport. I can't remember, but we'll have to see about it. So the question for you all today to answer, and you will need to be the first one to type this into the chat of Breck Live. How many points have the Lady Tigers scored this season coming into the Ohio County game? That's the question. You may have to do a little bit of research to find out, but
I would imagine.
maybe maybe you're just a connoisseur of the Lady Tigers.
Who knows?
All right, well,
all right.
Cam, your question.
My question. I normally like to keep them based around stuff I like within sports, like I did Dodgers, and I was going to do a UK question last time, but or I have done a UK question.
Yes.
But my question this week relating to tennis.
Yes.
So, how many Wimbledon titles does Roger Federer have?
So the two questions for you all on Breck Live. How many Wimbledon titles does Roger Federer have? And how many points have the Lady Tigers scored this season coming into the Ohio County game? Put the answers in the chat for shout out at halftime. The national anthem will probably begin shortly. I suppose we will continue talking until then.
Yep. So if you haven't already, listen to the pregame and what we've talked about. Breckenridge County 16-2 coming into this game against Ohio County, who is 8-7 after 7 or 8, something like that, COVID cancellations. They just recently lost to Hancock County, and the Lady Tigers won against Barron County in a great 71-42 margin. Completely dominated that game. If you haven't been able to watch it, you can look up BCHS Live on YouTube. That's Barron County's streaming, and you should be able to find a rerun of that.
And I believe actually the Lady Eagles coming into this game are on a 3-game losing streak following losses to McLean County, Graves County, and Hancock County at the Sports Center, which, again, Hancock County, for those of you caught unawares by this information, is a team the Lady Tigers defeated quite handily. Can't remember the exact scoreline on that. I will attempt to find that, but a pretty big win for them, as, yes, it was a 65-45 home win. So definitely a good one there, and maybe a sign of things to come in the district tournament. I don't know. We'll see if we play them or not. It is likely that we will play probably Cloverport and then Meade County in the championship is probably the likely matchup, but then again, Hancock County could beat Meade County. It's definitely not out of the question. Obviously, it still also depends on how the teams finish the regular season out. We'll have to see on that district matchup, but the district in particular should be an interesting one. It's got about 7 minutes to go until tip-off. Generally expecting the national anthem before now, but I was thinking we might cut to a commercial. I don't know. I guess we can just keep talking until.
I imagine they're about to do it. Both teams have left the court, and it's 7 minutes now. So.
All right.
We'll just send you over to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back
just shortly,
as soon as we get the okay to. We have about 4 minutes to go until inbound.
Yes. So, I have actually done a bit of investigating into our previous questions on who we will be playing in the district tournament. Now, we're not 100% certain on how exactly the seeding is going to work in the district tournament, but in the Meade County and Hancock County contest, in Hancock County's home game against Meade, they lost 57-61. So Meade beat Hancock.
Okay.
So
I'm thinking boys, I guess, because I know Hancock County boys beat Meade County. I'm pretty sure.
So what we think is going to occur is the Lady Tigers will likely be the 2 seed in the district tournament and will likely play the 3 seed Hancock County, and then Meade will likely take the 1 seed since they have beaten the Lady Tigers, Lady Hornets, as well as the Lady Aces of Cloverport. So they will likely play Cloverport in the first round, and then the Lady Tigers will probably have to beat Hancock County and then Meade County to win the district tournament and make it to the region. Which, do the top 2 teams in the district tournament go to the region? I believe.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of interesting. Golf is actually a little bit different, and they just changed this year. Actually, this is at least at the regional level. We don't actually play a district tournament for golf. Everybody that's in the region just competes in the regional tournament, and the lowest score wins. They just changed it, I believe, this year. That originally the way it was done was the top 2 teams went from the regional tournament went to the state tournament, and then I believe it was the top, I want to say 7 individuals that went to state, whereas they changed it this year, so now it's only the top team and then the, I believe, top 10 or top 11 individuals that go to state. So I wasn't 100% certain on that. Obviously, regionals for basketball is a lot different. You have to make it from the district tournament, and then I'm not sure how seeding is decided for the regional tournament. It could have to do with RPI, maybe record. I don't know. It depends maybe who you've beaten, or maybe you just draw for position in the tournament. I don't actually know how that's done.
I believe, I'm trying to remember for baseball, we're kind of similar to basketball. We do have a draw.
Okay.
I know of, and I don't think we draw no, we don't draw districts, but I'm pretty sure there is a draw involved with region.
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain.
Well, the Lady Tigers, if it were based on RPI, would probably have a substantial advantage. They'd probably play a much weaker team in the first round.
Even record, honestly, 16-2.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Of course, a couple of games might affect it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope not. But
well, I mean, the 2 losses have been to Meade County, which, if you guys were not able to tune into that game,
we should.
A heartbreaker.
Yeah.
To put it lightly. You can continue on with what you were saying. I'm gonna assume it was something about.
Forget about that game.
How we really should have, been on top in that one. Was kind of the unfortunate premise of our thoughts.
That's when we realized that free throws really matter.
Yes.
That is when we
the agony of defeat.
We learned it the hard
game.
way. We learned it the hard way.
So, Lady Tigers did fall to the Lady Waves of Meade County, and then our other loss was to the Banshees, correct? Or Lady Banshees of Bethlehem High School. They lost by 14, I believe, in that game. So that one in Bethlehem is one of the top teams in the state. So definitely not a terrible loss to take. It was a 62-48 finish, and Bethlehem was very hot shooting in that game. So I believe we are about to see starting lineups come out of the gates here. First up will be Ohio County. I'm not sure who's going to take possession to start off. Judging by the possession arrow, it looks like it favors the Lady Eagles, so I'm going to assume the Lady Tigers are going to get first possession, judging by the fact they have possession arrow favoring the Lady Eagles. We're not sure on the starting lineup for Ohio County, but I suppose we will have to be once they come out. So we're going to see likely based off scoring. And let's see. So it looks like they already have everybody nice and stacked up, how they're going to be coming out.
So I see Addie Bullock, Rain Embry already. I think that's Kelsey Kennedy.
Yes, definitely some of their leading scorers.
Also see Heaven Vanover
Which,
and Ella Gaddis. That's going to be their starters for tonight.
okay.
So definitely they're higher. Yeah, they're higher scorers.
So interestingly enough, and I'm pretty sure I saw this earlier. I'm going to check just to be sure my information is correct. But on free throw shooting for the Lady Eagles, hold on. Gosh, where was it? Field goals. Free throw shooting, Heaven Vanover, I believe is the reason that their team's free throw percentage is so low. She is their lowest free throw percentage, 47%.
Yeah.
And 31 for 66 on the season. So maybe holding that back a little bit. But
just might be.
Yeah. So.
And it looks like we have the
Lady Tigers,
typical,
no changes to the starting lineup.
We got John Kennedy over there hyping it up.
He is excited for this one. As Isabel Grimes is going to come out first, the junior, one of our leading scorers and ball handlers. Cassidy McDaniel comes out next, the senior. Next up is Sydney Tucker, the junior, one of our premier defenders, and she's led scoring in several of our previous games, I believe. Aaliyah Mucker, the senior, comes out next, also one of our leading scorers and a big asset for us. And Lily Critchlow, our big interior defender, does a great job shutting down the paint, particularly in tough situations. So we will have to see what happens here. Let's see what happens next. I'm not for certain on who's going to get the ball. My assumption was the Lady Tigers, but I don't know. We shall see what we shall see.
I believe it is. As Ohio County's not. Yep. All right. Lady Tiger ball.
Looks like they're going to be on the defensive end now. Let's see. Judging by how they're stacking up, 1-3-1 half court. Interesting.
This is interesting.
Yeah. I don't actually think the Lady Tigers were practicing against a 1-3-1 yesterday. I think they were mainly doing 2-3 and man. So I don't know.
Well, we already have Aaliyah Mucker wide open down low.
Yeah. Certainly, if we can get a
they're
look.
definitely trying to hold us against for three-pointers, as Cassie McDaniel has a wide open one in the corner.
Knocks it down.
I said before, if we get her shooting early on, then the team normally sets up pretty well for shooting for the rest of the game, just gets pretty comfortable. So skip over to, that was Addie Bullock for the three in response, ties it up now.
So Bullock, the junior, is going to knock it down. She's the leading three-point shooter for the Lady Eagles.
So Grimes going to move the pace around.
Hands it off to Cassidy McDaniel, who kicks to Sydney Tucker on the right wing. She takes it inside, kicks to Aaliyah at the top of the key. She dribbles, kicks out to Sydney. She goes for three, knocks it down.
Three. Already seeing this is going to be a hot shooting night. Sydney Tucker and Cassie McDaniel both with threes already with just a minute in.
And Lady Tigers now up in the press here, 2-2-1.
Kelsey Kennedy for the three, no good. Rebound by Aaliyah Mucker.
Lady Tigers go the other way.
Sydney Tucker, no she doesn't. Goes right around. Cassie McDaniel, contested three is good.
Ow. So
3 threes already for the Lady Tigers. And we're just over a minute in.
So the teams so far have attempted no shots except three-pointers. And they've currently knocked down 4 for 5. So very interesting. And another
Bullock,
three on the way.
No good.
Bullock,
can't respond.
No good, but Embry's going to get the rebound. Kicks it out to Kennedy there.
She's going to run the offense right now. Hands it over to Gaddis. Bullock. Kennedy now. Trying to get somebody open behind the arc. As that was tipped there by Sydney Tucker. Great defense staying on Bullock. Trying to hold them down. They can't get anything to run right now. Wrap around. Almost went for the elbow shot. Didn't go.
Almost looked like Embry was thinking about a screen there. Maybe would have been a good mechanism. But
three for Kennedy is good.
So Kelsey Kennedy, the senior, knocks that one down. Puts the score at 9-6, favoring the Lady Tigers. Isabel Grimes has it at the top. Lady Tigers setting up an offense. And interesting, it looks like Ohio County's changed their defense.
They're now in a 2-3 zone, it looks like, after the couple failed attempts to stop the three-point shooting. So Lily Critchlow was fouled there, and she's going to go to the line for 2.
So Lily Critchlow now looking to become the third scorer for the Lady Tigers this game.
Yeah, Lily's averaging 27% field goal. She shot the ball pretty well, actually, against Barron County. She pulled up right from the elbow.
Yeah.
Nice little jump shot to get a bucket.
That's what I'd like to see.
Yep, she makes the first free throw.
And I think a lot of the reason that Lily's field goal percentage is, relatively low is that a lot of the shots she takes are very contested ones, just trying to draw fouls on bigger players. And a lot of them come off of offensive rebounds, so they're tougher shots to try and knock down. But we know she does a great job inside defensively and offensively, so Lady Eagles now swinging it around here.
And that's a steal by Isabel Grimes. No foul called, but Sydney Tucker picks it up, and she's going to go for the layup. Too strong, though.
Embry corrals the board. It's to Kennedy, who takes it the other direction.
Last night there was calls everywhere, and now I didn't see a single call there, as Bullock's going to come up, and that was swatted out by Sydney Tucker. And just a lot of running around right now. Bullock, two-pointer, is good.
As we heard Coach Mormon there say match up, so it looks like they may be switching into a man-to-man defense in the half court now.
It's possible, as they're going to hand it off to Sydney Tucker. Spin around. Cassidy wide open. Oh, no. Thought about taking it, but she was guarded there by Kennedy. Great defense by the Eagles, as the Tigers going to have to figure something out right now.
So the Lady Eagles.
Cassidy wide open in the corner. Nope.
Lady Eagles kind of in an interesting formation there. You could see Vanover pulled up really far on the right wing, even when the ball hadn't yet come over there.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep on the shooters as much as they can, I believe.
I think they're trying to take away the pass to the wing, which is a really weird thing to try and jump.
We don't really shoot a whole lot from the wing either. I mean, every now and then, but we really love the corner. It's a nice little move there by Skylar Tucker to get it in. Seen that a lot from them against Barron County, and it worked almost every single time.
So, yeah, the Lady Tigers deadly on that baseline inbound play. They can execute several different ways there. As Gaddis has it, she drives. Gives it to
Leah
Embry.
Mucker with the swat.
It's now 2 blocks for the Lady Tigers on the game. Skylar Tucker's going to take it coast to coast. Can't quite finish as Bullock there tried to go for the swat. Sydney Tucker tries to go for a steal, but Kelsey Kennedy's going to take it the other direction, knocked down at 2. So still a 2-point ball game here. Isabel Grimes is going to drive. Draws 4 defenders, kicks to Cassidy on the right wing. She knocks down another.
3 threes already for Cassidy McDaniel.
So Cassidy again with 9 on the game already, 15
this
to 10.
This is very reminiscent of the Barron County game.
Also very reminiscent of the Hart County game yesterday. Very high scoring competition.
95 points for the boys. That's incredible.
Yeah, and the most they'd scored going into that game, 78 against
Cassidy
Culverport.
again. Heat check this time, though, as it's going to be picked up by Skylar Tucker. Cassidy again. She's going to nope.
Oh, travels with it. She had the fake on Kennedy and just moved a little too quick there.
We've seen that some from Cassidy over the season. Just kind of gets a little too giddy. And trying to go for the fake.
Thought she had a very good fake. Had Kennedy in the air. Was ready to go right around her there, but unfortunately travels with it. So the score now sits 15-10, favoring the Lady Tigers. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter of action. Caroline Lucas checks into the ball game for Cassidy. And Lady Tigers now in this full court press. Looks like they're trying to get some sort of trap going here.
And now they don't have the numbers, so that's going to be a missed shot there by Cameron Kennedy.
Like
possibly.
Looked like maybe over the back there by Kennedy.
I believe they're going to give it back to the Eagles. So Lily Critchlow is going to come in for Leah Mucker, give her a little bit of a rest.
So definitely a pretty solid start, I think, for the Lady Tigers so far. Haven't pulled ahead by much, but the plays they've done have been very well executed. They've been able to get several open shots. Haven't taken what I consider to be a bad shot yet.
So we have Madison Smith with the ball. Now it's going to be number 20. Or I couldn't tell who that was, 25 possibly?
I believe 15.
15?
Shelby Probus, the junior. So it looks like this Ohio County side, relatively old team. Several seniors, several juniors, a few sophomores, and I believe 1 8th grader. But other than that, relatively seasoned team.
Wow, what a nice find to the basket there by Kelsey Kennedy. Definitely showing out that she's the star player on this roster.
So far, absolutely, she has done a great job scoring the ball inside up against this very athletic Lady Tigers side. As Skylar Tucker has it in the corner, finds Caroline Lucas on the opposite side. Ball stolen away there by Cameron Kennedy. Ball eventually falls to Smith there, and Sydney Tucker gets in that passing lane and just kind of wrestles it away from Cameron Kennedy.
Man, okay. Sell that one up.
A little bit too much steam on that pass there, and fires it over Isabel Grimes' head. So it's going to be Lady Eagles ball, ready to get some more action for them. About 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Lady Tigers lead 15-12. So I think definitely, just judging by the aggressiveness in this press, the Lady Tigers are just trying to pull away, and wow, that defense was terrifying. I cannot imagine trying to break that press.
So they're going to bring Cassie McDaniel back in to get an offense run.
As the Lady Eagles just threw it out of bounds behind him there.
Kennedy's a little bit confused there.
And
not sure.
Thought I heard some rage. Not sure what it was about, but
Aaliyah Mucker went through the lane. Oh, almost got the end one.
Can't quite finish. She had a bit of a tough game against Barron County, I believe.
Yeah. Her shooting just wasn't going for her that day, but at least she was made up there by Sydney Tucker and Isabel and Cassidy.
And again, that's one of the great things we've talked about. If one of our stars is having an off night, the others can easily step up and fill in those scoring roles. So I believe Sydney had 20?
She had 21 actually.
21.
Yeah.
It's a good game from her as
so
Aaliyah
we're
Mucker
already
misses the
50% from the free throw.
As one of our weaker tendencies the Lady Tigers have. And they jump right back into the press here.
And just trying to get some steals.
Haven't really done much. Lady Eagles have handed the ball fairly well here.
Way off the mark there.
Kennedy,
but they got it in. I don't think they realized they got it in either.
Cameron Kennedy goes for the save there, but it ends up coming to the Lady Tigers.
Cassidy wide open in the corner. The three is good. 4 threes in the first quarter for Cassidy McDaniel. 12 points already.
She's had a fantastic first quarter already with 12. The Lady Eagles going to call a timeout there, and perimeter shooting for the Lady Tigers has been fantastic here early on. I believe 5 threes knocked down for them, 1 for Cassidy and 1 for Sydney Tucker. All other points, let's see, I believe Skylar drove baseline, knocked down that one quick 2. Great move from her. And then our other 2 points, both free throws from Lily Critchlow and Aaliyah Mucker. So a lot of perimeter action here early on. And Lady Eagles have matched it fairly well. They've done a good job shooting. And especially we saw some great work from Kelsey Kennedy there, the senior, really trying to take over this game for them as she's taken it to the paint several times.
Already some great shooting from Addie Bullock as well. A little 2-pointer and a 3 or a couple threes. I can't really remember.
I believe she knocked down
I know
she
knocked down one right at the beginning of the game. I know Kelsey Kennedy had one as well.
Yeah. So very interesting start here from both teams. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lady Tigers already on a pace to score a lot of points here. Embry has it. Lady Eagles trying to break the press, and they do pretty easily. Vanover has it.
Almost picked up. That's going to be picked up there by Sydney Tucker.
As pass deflected by Kelsey Kennedy. Isabel Grimes tries to chase it down, oddly enough, and ends up stepping out of bounds.
Leah tried feeding it there to her, but probably could have kept it herself and slowed it down a bit.
As Lady Eagles trying to break the press once more. Lady Tigers have sort of fallen back here, just trying to steal a pass, it seems. As Lady Eagles have it now. And they're swinging it around here. I believe Kennedy has it now currently. Kicks it over to Probus. She goes for 3. No good. As offensive rebound corralled by Vanover, and over the back foul
there
called.
on Isabel Grimes. It's going to be her first.
So baseline inbound now for the Lady Eagles. Opportunity to get it back within 4 or 5 here.
So just about over a minute to go in this first quarter. Lady Tigers on top 19-12.
As Embry has it on the wing here.
Kennedy guarded there by Aaliyah. Aaliyah got off of her. She could have shot it. She didn't, though. Bullock there almost tried taking one. Didn't go, though.
Bullock seems to have a very quick release from 3 from what we've seen so far early on. As Sydney Tucker dribbles it around now for the Lady Tigers. They may try and look for the last shot here with a minute to go.
I would not be surprised from this team. They like to run it around a little bit and waste some time.
Looks like they're just going to do that. Kind of swinging it around here. Isabel maybe throws a risky pass there.
Here we go. Sydney
Tucker's going to go for
3.
3. No good. But offensive rebound to Lily Critchlow, who goes up on Embry and rejected.
Lily Critchlow, big buy-in up from down low. Draws the foul. Or that wasn't a foul. That was actually just knocked out. That was pretty clean.
Definitely.
Last night that would have been called a foul, though.
Oh, absolutely. If the Fighting Tigers had shot it, that was absolutely a foul all night yesterday. Refereeing, I would say, very much favorable for the Fighting Tigers in that game against the Raiders of Hart County. But they did come out with a big win. Super exciting for them to win that game over, I believe, a 5th region opponent. Not 100% certain on that, but
a very good opponent.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Lady Tiger is going to hold for last shot here, and we've seen this strategy from Isabel Grimes many a time as a screen comes from Lily Critchlow, and they try to throw a skip pass. It's deflected out by Vanover there.
Not really a good look there to Cassidy McDaniel. Probably should have drove in to pull the offense away, or the defense away from her before passing. So Leah Mucker's in now.
She checks in, maybe to get off a quick 3 here before the end of the first quarter. Lady Tigers lead 19-12. Lily Critchlow is going to inbound. Kicks to Cassidy McDaniel. 2 seconds remain. Sydney Tucker goes for 3. Knocks it down. Beats the buzzer there. Sydney Tucker does, and she now has 6 on the game. Both of her made shots coming from behind the arc. So Lady Tigers here take a quick 22-12 lead in the first quarter over the Lady Eagles of Ohio County. And been a very competitive game, I think. Lady Tigers have just knocked down a lot of threes, haven't missed many, and been an exciting game for them so far. Their defense really hasn't done much, at least in the full court, as far as what we're used to. Generally, they force as many turnovers as possible, and that really hasn't been a big story for them so far. Lady Eagles have done a great job handling the ball under pressure, and got to give them credit for that. I think the Lady Tigers have done a fair enough job defensively, at least, of recovering once they get to that point, but I don't know if you have any.
I think they're trying to. I think the Lady Tigers are trying a little too hard on the press to go for steals.
Yeah.
And it's kind of not allowing them to get back in time and just kind of waste some energy. That So I think if they kind of settle down a little bit, their defense is going to speak for itself in the end. But, I mean, be as aggressive as you want. It's working right now. 22-12. Lady Tigers on top by 10.
I think there was one particular play where we kind of dropped back on the press a little bit. Not like came into the half court, but we had dropped it back. It's still in a 2-2-1, but we were able to get a couple of good traps that I thought were quality ones that just didn't turn out to be steals. And I think if we can keep up that sort of action for this second quarter of basketball, we're going to be looking very good in the long run of this game.
Yeah, but they like steals. So.
That's very true. As Lady Eagles going to get first possession here at the beginning of this second quarter. Kennedy has it, kicks over to Gaddis. Has it on the right wing, finds Embry inside. She turns around and fires it over to Bullock on the left wing. Hands it inside to Embry. Lily Critchlow hands up.
Nice move there by Embry. Right around Lily Critchlow.
Embry, very nice finish there as Isabel Grimes has it. Hands it off to Sydney Tucker. Kicks it to Cassidy McDaniel at the top. She's going to kick it over to Aaliyah on the right wing. She goes for 3. Knocks it down.
Our three-point percentage is like 80% or something like that.
It is currently up.
Skip over there.
And
wow, what a nice find there to break the defense. That's going to be a timeout already for
Ohio County. Very interesting time to call a timeout right after scoring, but Coach Mormon there, a little bit disappointed on the defensive lapse in the middle there.
That was just a broke it broke it easily.
Yeah, it looked
right
like
up the middle.
Vanover just kind of snuck right in there. I don't know.
We saw that a lot from, I believe it was Meade County.
Yes.
When we played them, they were able to just completely throw it right in the middle, and they were getting an easy bucket because the defense kind of broke to either way.
Yeah, they kind of dominated on the inside in the Meade County game. Meade County, that team, very physical. They played, honestly, a great game, and then, of course, Gallimore knocking down several threes there in the second quarter to put us down, but Lady Tigers fought back down, I think 12 at one point, and we're leading with, I don't know, like 5 seconds left in the game as Peyton Bradley knocked down game-winning buzzer beater. Or no, not a buzzer beater. I think there was still a second left after she made it where we may have had a chance but just couldn't quite get anything done. But Lady Tigers now recovering well on the season. And wow, Embry with another rejection there. As Sydney Tucker, not normally one to be denied at the rim. So Isabel Grimes going to inbound here on the baseline for the Lady Tigers. And
not sure it hit the
ball deflected by Gaddis there guarding the inbound.
And I thought it hit the backboard.
It did. I believe it did hit the backboard.
I thought Isabel threw it at the backboard for a second.
No,
I was like, whoa.
She actually, the line she took
Wow, there we
good.
go. They played it again, and it worked perfectly for Sydney Tucker. Last time it was Skylar Tucker.
So, yeah, you saw the Lady Eagles try and overplay that handoff and just got burned on it both times.
She held it just long enough for both of them to break in. So, Kennedy, jumper, no good. And I believe that's out. Yep, that's going to be out. Number 30, Heaven Vanover.
as Lady Tigers have possession up 11 now. So good signs for them, certainly. Going to try and extend this lead a little bit more.
So Isabel Grimes going to slow down a little bit.
As looks like they're going to run 4 high here. Aaliyah screens for Cassidy. And Lily Critchlow is going to find Isabel Grimes on the right wing. Nice screen from Lily Critchlow there. And interesting defensive rotation from Ohio County. It's really hard to tell what they're in right now. Because you could see there, it looked like Kennedy, who was originally at the elbow, just rushed to the corner as soon as Cassidy was open. Very strange defensive transition, but looks like Lady Eagle's going to try and get something done here as Vanover takes it in, cannot finish. Leah Mucker's going to get the rebound. Lady Tigers in transition. Sydney Tucker loses her dribble. Just dribbles it out there. And Lady Eagle's going to take it once more, trying to cut back this 11-point deficit that they found themselves in. So a couple less than ideal possessions there for the Lady Tigers, as they got a relatively good shot on the last one, but that one there, maybe moving a little too quick in transition. But I feel like, you know, if you think you've got a confident play to the basket, then take it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to be picked up there by Isabel.
As Lady Eagles finally making a turnover.
Another bad pass from Isabel to Sydney.
Not usually a pass we're used to seeing Isabel throw. I mean, obviously trying to find a good look in the corner, and it's Ohio County's coach now very angry, it seems, at Embry there for not being up on the press break. And travel there.
I believe Sydney got a little bit of a shoulder on her.
Yeah.
But, she stumbled right into a travel.
There's definitely a little contact on that play.
There was just a little bit.
As it seemed, as soon as Gaddis hit the ground, she just stumbled like immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe knocked
from
off
my
balance.
angle, I could see it. So.
Yeah. Okay. So Sydney Tucker has it,
fun.
And Natalie Henning is now
pass.
checked into the ball game.
Having some trouble passing the ball this evening is the Lady Tigers.
And you talked about the size differential between the Lady Tigers and the Lady Eagles. Kelsey Kennedy, in particular, the 5'9" senior, has done a great job making the Lady Tigers uncomfortable, honestly, throwing passes around the top of the key. She's been able to deflect several of them, as well as Vanover, I think, has been actively involved in several of those plays. Smith's going to check into the game now for the Lady Eagles.
There we go. Leah Mucker going up for the dunk now.
And she finishes that one. Okay. It got a little questionable there for a second, but she finishes in transition. So Leah now has 6 on the game, as Lady Eagles have it, and Lady Tigers lead 29-16. As it seems, Cam was once again thinking about his idol, Kavion Mitchell, whenever Aaliyah was in transition there, as Isabel Grimes going to have it after 3 knocked down there by the Lady Eagles to put it back to a 10-point deficit.
So just over 4 minutes to go in this first half. Lady Tigers just going to pass it around a bit, try to find an opening. And Cassidy for a 3. Oh,
just off the mark there.
This is looking just like the Barron County game. That's 2 missed threes for Cassidy McDaniel in the second quarter. And
maybe
against Barron County, she had 3 missed threes in the second quarter, but 4 made threes in the first quarter. So another no good there for Ella Gaddis.
As Gaddis, I think, has struggled quite a bit in this game, trying to finish anything.
She made one just a second ago.
Okay.
But
so
before,
other than that, though, the shooting had been
that,
not great for her. Sydney Tucker's going to take it in, and she gets fouled. So she now has 2 free throws to extend the lead back to 12. So Sydney Tucker, the junior here, she has 8 on the game currently. So 2 free throws to get herself into double digits. First one on the way and knocks it down. She now has 9 on the game.
So Caroline Lucas and Kaylee Huffine's going to be coming into the game for Leah Mucker and Cassie McDaniel. Going to try to get some good defensive squad out there.
Looks like it for sure, as we saw Aaliyah jump that passing lane on the previous possession, and she did a great job being able to move it in transition and finish. So Sydney Tucker's second free throw on the way, and she knocks it down.
That's the first Lady Tiger to knock down both free throws tonight.
Indeed, an interesting statistic to keep track of, given the team's free throw shooting overall, as Bullock has it on the left wing and fires it up to Kennedy and kicks it back to Bullock and on the wing once more. Caroline Lucas jumps the passing lane Vanover gets it, and Lady Eagles struggling a little bit right now to find any sort of action, as it looks like they may have had Cameron Kennedy inside there wide open, and drive there from Probus, and Kennedy drives. Oh, wow. I thought that was pretty clean, as Sydney Tucker is going to draw the.
If she didn't wrap her arm around as much, it probably wouldn't have been a no call. But since she kind of got like a little bit of a wraparound, they decided to go for it. But yeah, I agreed. It looked pretty clean.
So 2 free throws here for Kelsey Kennedy. She knocks down the first with ease. So the senior here has put on a pretty good performance for the Lady Eagles. Has had a very good number of their points. Has a second free throw here to cut the lead back to 10, and she knocks it down very easily. As Lady Eagles now in some variation of a press, looks like they're going to fall back into a man-to-man defense.
I think this is the first time we've seen that from them today.
So trying to get some back screen action here, the Lady Tigers are, as Huff finds their screens for Caroline Lucas. And Isabel Grimes has it at the top now. Hands it off to Kaylee Huffines, who hands it to Sydney Tucker, who hands it to Skylar inside. And she goes up.
Oh, that's a little bit better than I thought it did.
Huffines fights for that offensive rebound, and looks like possession arrow is going to favor the Lady Tigers on that jump ball.
So starting lineup is going to be coming back in for the Lady Tigers.
Appears as such. Isabel Grimes is going to inbound, and looks like Cassidy McDaniel going to set up on the opposite corner. Aaliyah, slightly contested 3, no good, as Bullock's going to get the offensive board. Sydney Tucker lays off trying to get it there a little bit. Maybe, I believe she has 2 fouls currently, not for certain on that, but Lady Eagles
nice
around.
Passing there.
Probus, no good for 3. Offensive rebound falls to Kennedy. Who,
get that out of here by Sydney Tucker.
And she puts that one well out of bounds on the baseline.
Interrupting the passing lane.
So definitely disruptive defensive influence there, as Lady Eagles going to inbound, trying to set something up here.
Wide open for the 3 is number 5. Catch and shoot is good.
For Cameron Kennedy there, the sophomore. As Lady Eagles now back within 7. Isabel Grimes has it. Dribbling it around at the top here. Hands it off to Sydney Tucker. She dribbles it on the right wing, kind of holding it here. Hands off to Isabel once more. Going to set something up here. 2 minutes to go now in the second quarter of action. We will have trivia winners to announce at halftime, so should be an exciting display. As Isabel Grimes has it. And a kick over to Sydney Tucker. She drives, goes up, cannot finish. As Lady Eagles going to bring it the other direction as Kelsey Kennedy has it. She goes up for 2. Foul called. Not sure who that one was on.
Possibly Sydney. Yep, it was.
Okay.
Definitely going to have to be. We're definitely losing the in the paint game.
Yeah,
I would say.
Interestingly enough,
possibly due to the height difference and just size difference, but can't be fouling Kelsey Kennedy. She's automatic with it.
The aggressiveness of Kennedy, you can tell she certainly wants to win this game. No questions asked there. As now is an opportunity to go 4 for 4 from the stripe on the game, and she knocks that one down. So Lady Tigers have it now, only up 5, as Isabel Grimes going to bring it on up the court here. 1:40 to go. This first half of action, as Leah's going to kick it over to Isabel, who finds Aaliyah once more. She drives, goes up for 2, can't finish. Rebound falls to Vanover, who kicks it to Kennedy. And Lady Eagles going to set something up. It looks like Lady Tiger is going to go into a man-to-man defense here. As Vanover has it, kicks it to Bullock. And she finds Smith, who's going to dribble it around here. And eventually the ball ends up with Kennedy, who may have traveled with it there at the very top as soon as she caught it. And hands it off to Smith there.
Man-to-man defense playing pretty well right now, staying on them.
As Lily Critchlow just gets beat, and Bullock wide open in the paint, did not go up, as Kennedy can't quite finish, may have gone over the back there, but
Cameron Kennedy wide open for the 3.
As
didn't see her though. Isabel Grimes corner shot way off the mark. That's a pass though.
That one's a pass, and Skylar Tucker can't quite go back up with it. So 5-point lead here for the Lady Tigers, certainly still anyone's game, as Lady Eagles dribbling around, maybe looking for the last shot here. Vanover has it. Kicks it to Smith in the corner. And she finds Vanover inside. Foul going to be...
No
Oh,
foul.
no, never mind. Foul.
Thought Lily Critchlow was pushing on her a little bit too
For sure.
much. Yeah.
But no foul called on Lily Critchlow, so it looks like Vanover just going to step out of bounds there.
So,
And only 7 fouls called in the first half.
Yeah, that's kind of a...
I felt like there were more. I guess
So,
all of them were shooting fouls.
Yeah,
for the
10
most part.
seconds to go. Lady Tigers going to try to get the last shot off. Cassie McDaniel at the top of the key with it. Passing around, finds Skylar. 5 seconds. Gonna have to do something.
Aaliyah goes for 2. Can't finish. So definitely the gap closed a little bit there in that second quarter.
Yeah,
as
Lady Tigers are on a bit of a shooting
cold
streak there.
As Lady Eagles, namely led by Kelsey Kennedy, really brought it back there in that second quarter. And Lady Tigers going to have to come out with a bit of momentum here in the third quarter if they really want to pull ahead in this game. But we are going to cut to a quick commercial break. We will be back with some trivia winners. Following halftime, we will catch you guys right before the beginning of the third quarter. Thank you all for tuning in.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a few minutes to go until the start of the second half, and we have some trivia winners.
Yes. So
I guess I'll go first.
yes.
So the first winner that answered my question of how many Wimbledon titles does Roger Federer have was Spot Up Zay.
Yes.
Spot Up Zay.
Congratulations.
And the correct answer was 8.
So,
He's the
pretty
GOAT.
impressive. Yeah, fair enough point for sure. So, my trivia question was, how many points have the Lady Tigers scored this season coming into the Ohio County game? The correct answer, 1139, brought to you by Breck County superfan Chris Burby. Thank you for tuning in and being diligent in your watching, as always. We appreciate all you viewers who are always out here. Even if you're not always out here, you know, we appreciate anybody watching the stream. But I guess back to the task at hand. Lady Tigers, 5-point lead over regional, not necessarily rival, but regional opponent, Ohio County. The Lady Eagles fought back pretty persistently in that second quarter after a pretty big deficit at the end of the first, and have cut the lead to 5. And I believe the first possession of the half should favor the Lady Tigers, but I'm not for certain on that.
I'm not for certain.
But yeah,
Don't
so
know.
performance has been, I feel like, pretty good. We just had a pretty bad cold streak there in that second quarter, and
Yeah.
we had a few bad possessions that maybe were just a little too quick in transition, where we turned the ball over in places you normally wouldn't expect us to. I think the Lady Eagles have done a good job defending the perimeter after Cassidy McDaniel had knocked down, I believe, 4 threes. They kind of started to clamp down on those passes to the corner and things. But currently the scoring sits as such. I believe Cassidy has 12, Sydney Tucker has 10, Lily Critchlow has 1, Aaliyah Mucker has 6, and Skylar Tucker has 2. So pretty exciting one so far, and we've seen some scoring from all angles, as we generally expect from the Lady Tigers. I think they've played a pretty good game. The press has not been as successful as we normally expect it to. The Lady Eagles have done a great job handling the ball. I don't know if you have much more analysis to add, but
Yeah, Kelsey Kennedy's definitely shown out to be their star player tonight.
for sure. Not for
Addie
certain.
Bullock came out shooting pretty well starting off, but we haven't seen as much from her. We've been able to kind of lock down on her
Mhm.
pretty well, keep her away from the arc.
Yep.
So getting ready to start back up.
3 seconds to go, and Lady Eagles are in fact going to take the first possession of this second half of basketball, as I believe their starting lineup has all returned to the ball game with Gaddis, Embry, Bullock, Kennedy, and then I believe Vanover as well in there. And Lady Tigers starting lineup has also returned to the ball game, as I believe Sydney Tucker, maybe in some semblance of foul trouble, but only 7 fouls called in the first quarter, or first half, so not much
Almost,
really worry there.
almost a travel there by Kelsey Kennedy. Lost her footing a little bit.
So the officiating, I think, has been better.
It's been better than last night. So Bullock
Ow!
contested 3. Very confident shot there. Aaliyah Mucker all up in her face.
Absolutely buries that one at the beginning of this second half of action, as Sydney Tucker's going to get it inside.
Nice passing. Isabel just couldn't get to go. Rebounded by Sydney Tucker right around everybody.
She hands it to Aaliyah, who dribbles up, knocks down the 2.
Good to see Aaliyah getting a shot in. So it's now 33-29, up by
And
4.
Lady Tigers up in the press, as Lady Eagles have maintained composure very well
Wow.
to break it. And
Completely broken there.
as Aaliyah can't quite recover in time, and an easy layup for Vanover there, as Lady Eagles certainly have plenty of energy in this one. Sydney Tucker has it, hands it off to Isabel Grimes, kicks it to Cassidy McDaniel. She drives, kicks it to Aaliyah, who kicks to Isabel. She drives and goes up for 2.
Nothing
No foul
called.
called. As
That's pretty good defense there by Embry.
so Embry has been great inside defensively so far. She is
Get past Bullock, and that was
definitely a foul.
Not sure. Okay, yeah, give him the point. That was definitely a foul on Aaliyah
Aaliyah
Mucker.
absolutely just
She's gonna
smacks
have
Bullock
She's going to have
there.
to be much more careful whenever she's guarding the 3.
So just as we say, the officiating has been a little less biased.
That was
no foul called
obvious.
there.
That was
Yeah. As Aaliyah goes for 2, can't finish.
I
Knocked
believe,
out by
yep.
Vanover, I think.
so that's going to be Breck County possession still. So Lady Eagles come out of this Tying it up.
Tie ball game. Lady Tigers have possession, though, as Isabel Grimes going to inbound here on the baseline. Finds Sydney Tucker. And she dribbles around at the top a little bit. Drives on Gaddis. She hands off to McDaniel, who goes for 2, and she's fouled. Has Vanover a convincing foul there.
I thought Aaliyah's was convincing.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So Cassidy McDaniel, a pretty consistent free throw shooter. I believe she missed two
against Barron County.
And hopefully knocks these down. And, yep, has knocked down the first one. She now has 13 on the game following that.
So they're just going to automatically assume she's going to
yes.
join this one right here.
Pretty much has to go in. You know how Cassidy shoots. And, yep, that one's good.
I believe that's her, 14th point
yes.
on the night?
14 on the night, following 4 threes and 2 free throws. As Lady Eagles swinging it around now, and Lady Tigers back in the press. Cassidy McDaniel guarding Embry with the ball.
Skip over to Bullock. Didn't try the contested 3 this time.
As, let's see, I believe Gaddis has it now at the top. Trying to drive on Isabel Grimes, who plays pretty good defense. Finds Kennedy on the back cut. And Embry gets wide open offensive rebound.
That's twice now down in the box that we've had him wide open.
I think we've maybe been getting a little too aggressive on the perimeter. We haven't forced enough turnovers to really make up for that margin of points lost inside.
As it's a tie game at 35.
So Isabel dribbles it around at the top, kicks it over to Cassidy, who kicks back to Isabel. And it's like maybe a screen was thinking from Aaliyah there. As Sydney Tucker has it at the top, kicks over to Aaliyah Mucker on the wing, kicks up to Sydney once more, finds Cassidy on the right wing, and she kicks it back to Aaliyah, who kicks it to Isabel inside, finds Sydney on the left wing. The Tigers looking for a good shot. They find Aaliyah at the top of the key, goes for 3, no good. Rebound falls to Embry. Gaddis has it now, moving in transition, as Kennedy also may have traveled there again. Bullock goes for 3, knocks it down. Lady Eagles, I believe, take their first lead of the game.
I believe so.
38-35 now. Lady Tigers in trouble. As minimal scoring here in this second quarter. Only points by free throws from Cassidy McDaniel as Isabel Grimes goes for 3 on the wing. Knocks it down.
Good response there by Isabel Grimes to tie it back up. So that's going to be a timeout, Breckinridge County. Probably a much needed one. You're going to have to reset everything and see what's going on.
That's Isabel's first time getting on the board tonight.
Is it really?
Yeah, we have not seen a lot of action from her. As Coach Mormon, very animated right now in the huddle, trying to make sure that they get involved here. They definitely need some big action to try and win this game, and hopefully they get some. They struggled a little bit in that second quarter, and coming into this third quarter, have not shot the ball well at all. Have not played good defense. They've not been able to recover like we normally expect them to. But Lady Eagles have possession now. Looks like the Lady Tigers not going to drop back, I don't think. Looks like they're going to be in a press. Can't really tell if there's a particular form. No, it's going to be man-to-man. So it looks like Sydney Tucker on the ball here. Isabel Grimes guarding Kennedy. And looks like Isabel may be like trying to face guard Kennedy after the first few quarters we've seen from her. And yeah, she is. And jumps that passing lane. As Isabel Grimes hounding it there. And Lady Eagles going to maintain possession. Isabel knocked it out. And Isabel, one of the few athletes, I think, who would be able to keep up with Kelsey Kennedy, as they need a screen from Vanover just to get her the ball. And wow, Isabel clamping here. Kennedy loses her dribble, has to pick it up. And
great defense by Isabel Grimes, and almost picked up there. So it's Aaliyah Mucker versus Bullock, and she gets it.
And foul call on Bullock, as it looks like Aaliyah may have fallen on her there. And Bullock gets up, seems she's recovered. As nice play there by Aaliyah Mucker to really race to try and get that ball in transition. So Lady Eagles with 2 fouls here in the third quarter. Lady Tigers with none, as Isabel Grimes going to inbound on the baseline. Finds Sydney Tucker. She drives.
Oh, almost a rough pass there on the run.
As ball somehow finds Aaliyah Mucker and finishes. A pretty contested pass, I must say.
That was a very risky maneuver right there.
Skylar Tucker trying to throw it through 3 people there, and it works to perfection.
So
as
the Lady Tigers are back up on top. Embry, good defense by Scott.
Oh, wow.
I thought that.
I thought that was really good.
As straight up in the air.
As Embry with 2 free throws here to tie the game back up once again.
Yep, very good defense by Skylar Tucker. I don't care if it was a foul.
We are used to seeing good defense from Skylar.
If it was a foul, that was a decent foul. I mean,
a good foul to give. I mean, she wasn't able to finish.
Exactly.
Um,
So she makes the first, though, 39-40 now.
So opportunity to tie up the ball game if she knocks this one down. And Lady Tigers, you could see, came out of that timeout break a lot more aggressive than what we'd seen at the beginning of the third. Embry knocks down both of them. And Lady Tigers looking for yet another answer. Isabel Grimes going to head the offense here. And moves it around at the top. Looks like they're trying to set something up. It's like Skylar Tucker going to go to the corner. And Leah Mucker maybe flashes to the wing. Sydney Tucker flashes middle. Nice pass from Skylar there to find her twin. As Sydney Tucker's going to knock that one down to take another 2-point lead for the Lady Tigers. As Gaddis has it now. And let's see, I believe Cameron Kennedy now in the game for the Lady Eagles. As Embry has it inside and can't finish. Rebound falls to Sydney Tucker. Nice defense from Skylar once again inside against a much bigger Kennedy. Or not Kennedy, apologies, Embry in there. And foul called on Bullock, as I believe she went for a rejection there. So Sydney Tucker's going to get 2 free throws here to extend it to a 2-possession lead. So big free throws coming up for her. And I believe the Lady Tigers' free throw percentage in this game, again, has not been great.
It's not very good, no. I think we're just above half.
Yeah, after I believe Cassidy knocked down both of those, so hopefully Sydney can knock down both of these. We need them for sure, as knocks down the first. So Sydney now has 13 points on the game.
So Lily Critchell is going to come back in now.
So Coach Mormon likely opting to get Lily back in there for some interior defense against Embry, as she's doing some good work down there. As Sydney Tucker's second free throw on the way now. And no good. Just runs out there as Lady Eagles, Kennedy a bit flustered.
Defense there by Sydney Tucker.
As they swing
Wide
it around
open.
here. As it seems Gaddis, no thoughts of even attempting that three despite being wide open.
Catch
Cameron
and
Kennedy,
shoot.
wow. Quick jumper there immediately after touching the ball. As Aaliyah finds Isabel Grimes in the corner. She goes for 3, knocks it down. That's a big one there. It's going to get it back to a 6-point lead for the Lady Tigers. Very clutch shot by Isabel Grimes there. She now has 6 on the game. And again, very important one.
Yeah.
After giving up, I think, 10 to 11-point lead, the Lady Tigers eventually fought back to a 6-point lead. So Lady Eagles going to have possession, and Lady Tigers have been much more aggressive, I think, defensively and offensively, looking for good shots. And I don't know. I feel like they played a much better second half of the third quarter than they did in the beginning of the third quarter.
Right after that huddle, things kind of turned around for them.
Yeah, Coach Mormon was not happy at all with the team's performance. Lots of yelling. It was very intense, and I know they definitely don't want to lose this game, so definitely getting right into it here. And you know, if they can't beat this Ohio County team, and again, not to slight Ohio County anyway, I'm sure they are a great program and they've really fought hard to try and win this game, but you know, if you can't beat the likes of Ohio County, definitely going to maybe struggle against Henderson County, a big top of the second region team. So we're going to have to see how that goes for them. As Lady Eagles going to have possession here. Lady Tigers perhaps setting up in the full court man-to-man once more. And it looks like no, perhaps the 2-2-1. A little hard to tell. As Aaliyah going to jump that passing lane immediately. Kind of weak pass from Kennedy there, as Skylar Tucker gets the offensive board and tries to find somebody, maybe fouled there.
I'm not really sure.
Seems she just kind of threw the ball out.
Yeah.
As Lady Eagles going to inbound here, trying to break the press once more. Sydney Tucker on the ball. Kennedy picks up her dribble, but easily finds Cameron Kennedy.
And taken there by Skylar Tucker.
Looks like Skylar may have been hit in the face as Gaddis hits the deck. So definitely getting a lot more aggressive right now.
Yeah.
As Lady Tigers right back in this defense. Cameron Kennedy rushes in, swatted by Sydney Tucker. Isabel Grimes gets the save.
Not sure what Aaliyah was doing there. She was just kind of letting it go by.
As foul called on Isabel Grimes. Only the Lady Tigers' second foul of this third quarter, despite things getting much more aggressive here. As Lady Eagles going to inbound here. And Lady Tigers looks like are going to match up in another man-to-man as Lady Eagles struggling to find an inbound. They find Cameron Kennedy on the inside. She kicks it to Vanover, who goes up on
Good
Lily
defense by
Critchlow.
Lily. Oh,
Oh my goodness, as it seemed Sydney Tucker, trying to get her hands down to not foul, kind of just jumps right into the ball there. So she's going to pick up another foul. I believe the foul was on Sydney Tucker. That was what it looked like. I don't think Lily was actively involved in any of the contact on that play, but
yeah. I thought Lily got pushed around from the back, actually.
yeah, as
She lost the rebound.
as Vanover goes and one, misses the free throw, however, as Lady Tigers taking in the other direction. Just under 2 minutes to go now in this third quarter. Isabel's going to hand it off to Cassidy, who kicks over to Sydney, who kicks to Aaliyah. She goes for a two. No good. Rebound to Vanover, who I believe has several boards on the game so far. And she kicks up to Cameron Kennedy. Kicks to Kelsey, who drives, and she can't finish. As Cassidy McDaniel gets the board. Kicks it to Isabel, who goes very quickly in transition. Finds Skylar Tucker in the corner. She goes for three. Banks that in. Oh my gosh.
What?
I thought that was almost going to go out of bounds, and it went in. I can't believe it.
A bank from the corner.
As Skylar now has 5 on the game following that 3. And Lady Eagles have it. And they throw it over the head of Gaddis as Aaliyah now jumps up there to guard her. And Isabel Grimes gets the deflection there as Vanover pretty much hands it to Skylar Tucker. Foul going to be called on Cameron Kennedy, the sophomore.
So it's now 49-42 with some amazing defensive stops there by the Lady Tigers. Leading to a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, for sure. So big opportunity here for the Lady Tigers to extend this lead. And things definitely got scary there. Lady Eagles actually took a 3-point lead, but Lady Tigers fought back valiantly from that point.
I have a feeling I could see the Lady Tigers holding for 50 seconds.
Yes.
To get a last shot up of the quarter.
It is entirely possible. As Sydney Tucker has it, fires to Isabel, who nearly loses it. Skylar Tucker on the right wing. And it looks like Probus right up in the face guarding there. Isabel finds Aaliyah inside. She goes for another 2, finishes that one. As Aaliyah now has 12 on the game. So Lady Tigers doing
careful there.
Pretty good job now as Aaliyah in foul territory there as, my goodness, Embry gets another board and finishes. Cuts the lead back to 7. Lady Tigers come the other way. 15 seconds to go, and now I believe we will almost certainly see Isabel hold for the last shot.
So we got the 4 low like normal. Oh, now they're moving up a little bit.
Looks like almost 4 high, but the shooters both drop into the corners.
Oh, stepped out of bounds.
Ah.
Sydney did that a lot in the Barron County game.
Interesting.
Kind of losing where her footing was.
So less than ideal there for the last possession of the quarter. This Lady Eagles going to inbound here. They have 2 seconds to get off the last shot. They find Kennedy. She goes from half court. Nearly knocks it down.
Aaliyah almost fouled her there.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Aaliyah would have fouled on that half
would be
court.
The last thing we needed.
That would have been a pretty unfortunate end to the quarter there. So Lady Tigers hold on to their lead just by the skin of their teeth there. Score 51-44 at the end of that third quarter of action after the Lady Eagles fought back. Let's see, into the second quarter and then into the third quarter. I thought Lady Eagles really pushed. A couple threes from Bullock there really put them back in the lead, which was a bit frightening for sure. But the Lady Tigers have managed to fight back on top, score 51-47. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, it's been a pretty exciting one so far. Pretty competitive game, I must say. So, no complaints about commentating it. Very, very fun one to watch. And not sure who's going to get first possession. Looks like probably the Lady Tigers at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I think, because there were no jump balls called in that third quarter, and I believe the Lady Eagles got first possession. So, could be totally wrong. We will have to see. But not really much else to go with. Let's see. So, looking at the schedules, I believe the Fighting Tigers have a game, a home game against Grayson on the 4th, so that'll be Thursday. So we will likely be doing that on Breck Live, so make sure to tune into that. And then the Lady Tigers have a 2 away game stretch before coming back home against, I believe, Davis County on the 9th. So we will also be able to commentate that more than likely. So the Lady Tigers do indeed get the ball here beginning of this fourth quarter. We're going to see if they can pull away a little bit. Isabel Grimes has it at the top. And Lady Tigers trying to set up an offense here. She hands it off to Skylar Tucker, who hands it off to Aaliyah. And she drives, hands it to Isabel. And looks like they're trying to set something back up. As it's like Aaliyah maybe setting up to get the ball at the top here. As trying to get something set up here. As Lily Critchlow is going to rush to the corner here. Isabel Grimes drives on Embry, goes up, fouled. She now has 2 free throws and an opportunity to extend the lead to 9. So, pretty slow tactical approach to the beginning of this fourth quarter. Already burned off a 16th of the time that they have. So, we shall have to see what happens here. Isabel Grimes has 2 free throws. First one on the way, and she knocks it down. So she now has 7 points on the game following that free throw. And again, Lady Tigers' free throw percentage has struggled a little bit, as I believe Sydney Tucker missed one a few possessions ago, and Isabel knocks down the second. She now has 8 on the game, and Lady Tigers back in the press once again, as potential trap coming here from the Tucker twins. Gaddis dribbles it off her foot, but it somehow goes to Vanover, who kicks to Embry, who kicks to Kennedy, who goes for 3. No good.
And I believe that's going to be on Aaliyah Mucker. Yep.
So yeah, over the back called on Aaliyah Mucker there, who I believe did go over the back of Embry very clearly. So Aaliyah has had a bit of trouble this game, particularly with fouls. She has 12 points, so she's had a relatively good performance, at least in comparison to how things went for her against Barron County. But Lady Eagles going to swing it around here, as Kennedy has it in the left corner to Embry. Finds Gaddis. She goes for 3. And, oh my, nearly falls in there. It looked like she may have been fouled by Skylar.
I believe it was it was after the shot.
Okay.
That kind of got bumped.
Bullock goes for 3. No good.
Just can't seem to get the rebound.
I mean, Vanover and Embry have both been menaces on the offensive glass this game. Lady Tigers have struggled for being such an athletic team to really rebound. And Lady Eagles going to maintain possession here. 9-point deficit for them to try and come back from. As Gaddis 100% shuffled both their feet there. I don't know how they didn't see that, but Aaliyah Mucker is going to deflect it, so now sideline inbound for the Lady Eagles. I don't know. Did you see Gaddis on the inbounds pass there?
I didn't even watch it, honestly.
Oh, my goodness. She caught the ball and then just straight up walked like 3 feet to her right. And I'm like, okay. Anyways, Lady Eagles have it now. Kennedy's going to kick it over to Bullock. He fires to Vanover in the corner, who goes to Kennedy on the left wing. Well off the mark. Rebound to Skylar Tucker. So Lady Tigers going to bring it the other way. Isabel Grimes has it. So a few important possessions here for sure, especially if you are the Lady Eagles. Isabel Grimes going to kick to Aaliyah, who goes to Sydney Tucker. So already 2 of the 8 minutes in this fourth quarter have elapsed. So Lady Eagles definitely need some answers if they want to win this ball game. Sydney Tucker goes for 3. No good. Rebound falls to Bullock. He kicks it to Kennedy. She's looking up the court. Can't quite find anybody. Just dribbles it up, though. Kicks up to Gaddis. And she tries to find Bullock inside, but it's deflected by Sydney Tucker. Lily Critchlow comes away with it. Aaliyah Mucker now has it in transition. And she's going to go up for 2. Fouled pretty readily there. I believe Vanover. As 2 free throws coming now for the senior, opportunity to extend the lead to double digits. So if you're just now tuning in, it's been a very competitive game to this point. Lady Tigers currently sit at a 9-point lead. They led by a margin of, I believe, 12 early on in the game, as Aaliyah scores her 13th points there. As then they kind of fell apart there in the second and third quarters. Aaliyah knocks down the second. Kind of fell apart in the second and third quarters. Lady Eagles came back. Eventually, Lady Eagles took a 3-point lead. Lady Tigers fought back and got themselves back to the position that they are currently in by means of very aggressive defense, as Kennedy there a little bit displeased by the fact she traveled. And she has been one of the stars for the Lady Eagles all night. Kennedy has handled the ball very well against the press, and has knocked down some big shots as well, as she's going to go to the bench, the senior. And Lady Tigers have an opportunity to kind of seal up this game here. Isabel Grimes has it at the top. They're running 4 low, as Ohio County in like a 3-2 zone, I think, which I guess 4 low would work relatively well against Aaliyah. Goes for a deep 2, knocks it down. So I believe Aaliyah now has 16 on the game following that shot. As Gaddis has it, fires it to Vanover, goes to Smith. She thinks about the 3, drives on Skylar Tucker, goes for 2. And it's like and 1 called there. Perhaps on the floor, couldn't really tell.
I guess
it looks like and 1.
Give it to her.
So Madison Smith, the senior now, opportunity to cut the lead back to 10. It's about 5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter of action. As Smith with an opportunity, again, to cut it back to 10. Free throw on the way, no good. As 3 Lady Tigers scrambled for that rebound. Skylar Tucker has it, and she kicks it to Isabel Grimes. She dribbles around at the top. Looks like they are going to set up 4 low once more. As Tucker twins both on baseline here. As Aaliyah is going to go for 3 from the left wing. She knocks it down. So Aaliyah now has 19 following that 3. And she's going to split that pass and has an easy lay in there. As Aaliyah now with 21 on the game. Lady Tigers get it back to a 16-point lead. So very convincing performance there.
I believe that almost seals it for them.
Yeah, I think so.
With just 4.5 minutes to go.
So Aaliyah there knocks down a couple of free throws, then a 3, and then knocks down the transition layup off an easy steal for her. And that's the sort of play that we really look for from her. There wasn't a lot of it, particularly early on in the game, but she's really gotten into her rhythm here in this fourth quarter. So very exciting to see that. And hopefully that can transition over into the Henderson County game, as we are going to need to take out all the stoppers to try and win that game, as Henderson County team going to be a very competitive one. I've actually been able to catch a few of their highlights, and they are an athletic team. They can handle the ball well. We are going to have to play at peak performance, I believe, to beat them. So hopefully we can. I mean, just from the persistence that we've seen from the Lady Tigers in this game, I think that they could beat almost anybody that we throw at them. So we'll have to see.
So I believe it's going to be Cameron Kennedy inbounded it there to Kelsey, bringing it up the court. Oh, I believe that was almost a walk. Embry over to Cameron Kennedy. Went for the bank, but no good.
As Skylar Tucker going to corral the board, kicks it to Isabel Grimes.
Isabel's going to bring it up the court now.
Nice and slowly.
Low. Aaliyah now on the wing, comes around, jumper is good.
Wow.
Aaliyah Mucker starting to heat up again.
Yeah, Aaliyah with 23 on the game now. And it's Lady Tigers now up 18. And Lily Critchlow couldn't quite get to that pass. Bullock goes for 3 in the corner, knocks it down.
That's just a nice-looking shot there from Bullock. Seen it go down quite a bit tonight.
Cuts the lead back to 15. Lady Eagles going to need quite a comeback if they want to win this ball game. And Aaliyah just going to step back. Oh, my goodness. Buries the contested 3. As Aaliyah Mucker now with 26 points on the night.
Almost fouled there.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice handles there by Isabel.
Oh, no way.
3.
Not another. Okay.
Heat and check that time. Let's get it back to Aaliyah for another one.
She goes for another 3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my.
And that's going to be out of bounds.
So, yeah, by my math, which I checked my tally marks this time. I have 5 sets of 5. Aaliyah has 29 points. And let's see. I think she had 14 going into this quarter. I think she has 15 points in this quarter. That is insanity. My goodness. You saw she missed the 3. I believe Sydney Tucker got the offensive rebound, kicked it right back out to her, knocks down a big one there. So the Lady Tigers, who were losing in the third quarter, now have a 21-point lead over the Lady Eagles. Demoralizing, in a word. So, yeah.
You're so aggressive.
Yeah.
Whenever we get on top.
Yeah, it's crazy how much the lead just expounds on itself almost. It's very interesting. And I think that's one of the reasons that we see our field goal percentage go up so much as the game progresses. Like, it starts off like, I can't even remember the numbers. It's like 41% or something in the first quarter, and eventually It continues to build up as the game progresses, and it gets to like 51% in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
which I would say we're probably shooting around that right now, which is honestly insane. Aaliyah has put on a stellar performance here in this fourth quarter as Sydney Tucker finds Skylar inside. She goes for two, maybe fouled there, but Bullock and Vanover both fighting for their own team's rebound there. Maybe traveled, but Kelsey Kennedy has it here. Fires to Cameron Kennedy, who looks for Bullock inside. She goes up on Cassidy McDaniel. Nice defense from her there as Skylar Tucker's going to knock it out. So baseline inbound here for the Lady Eagles. It would seem a comeback. No longer in order, really. 21-point deficit, 2.5 minutes to go here. They find Bullock inside. She goes for two, and she is fouled by Isabel Grimes. Oddly enough, I wasn't exactly sure where she came into play there.
Seemed 6 fouls now for both teams.
So neither team in the bonus, but on the next foul, they shall be. As Bullock goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first. Gets the lead back to 20. 2.5 minutes to go here. As Bullock, I believe the junior, yes. So she's had a pretty good performance, I must say. She's knocked down several threes, knocks down another free throw there. And cuts the lead back to 19. Lady Eagles in a press. As Isabel Grimes is trying to break it here. She gets fouled, so it's going to be 1-1, I believe, for her. And yes, it is. So Isabel Grimes, the junior, goes to the stripe here. And maybe the Lady Eagles going to try and rely on the Lady Tigers' low free throw percentage to try and win this ball game. I don't know.
I mean, you never know.
We shall see. As Isabel Grimes misses the first of the bonus, but Aaliyah Mucker gets the offensive rebound. And she dribbles it around, picks up her dribble there, but kicks it out to Isabel Grimes at the top of the key. She holds it comfortably, fires over to Cassidy on the right wing. She drives, kicks back to Aaliyah, screen from Cassidy there. Aaliyah goes for two, finishes.
That looked like she was fouled there, honestly.
Yeah. As, my goodness, Aaliyah now, I believe, with 31 following that. I'm not 100% certain on that, but Vanover can't finish inside. Aaliyah gets another rebound. So it's going to be quite a stat line for her tonight as Skylar Tucker has it now, hands it off to Isabel. About a minute 45 to go. Lady Tigers lead by 21, so I'd say this one is pretty well wrapped up. Leah's going to kick it over to Cassidy McDaniel, and she hands it off to Isabel, who dribbles it in, and looks like Lady Tigers just going to try and hold it here, close out the game. As they do set up an offense. Isabel fires it into Aaliyah. She turns around and goes for another two. Oh my goodness. So let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3. So that would add up to 33 points for Aaliyah Mucker on the night. I sincerely hope my math is right. I know it was off for the majority of the game yesterday when I thought Kaysen had like 40. I mean, still he had 32, which is pretty impressive. But yeah. So, again, for those of you who didn't watch last night's game with the Fighting Tigers and the Raiders of Hart County, big win for them. A very exciting game. The shooting was absolutely insane. There was almost no defense in that game. It was almost like watching the NBA All-Star game, but with maybe a little bit less dunking and maybe a little less talent. Not to hate on the players on the court, but it wasn't the NBA All-Star game, but it seemed almost like that sort of performance where people were just pulling up from everywhere. Absolutely insane win for them, but Lady Tigers now have possession. 55 seconds remain, and Isabel Grimes can't quite finish there. Lady Tigers up 74 to 53. Oh. And looks like Cameron Kennedy is going to hit the deck there, fouled by Isabel Grimes. So Lady Tigers with a great show of persistence to come back, being down 3 in the third quarter to now up 21 near the end of the fourth. As Lady Eagles pretty well stifled offensively for a good bit of the fourth quarter. Cameron Kennedy is going to knock down the first of the bonus. So now a 20-point lead for the Lady Tigers. As the sophomore here, second free throw on the way, and it is good. 19-point lead for the Lady Tigers. Looks like they are probably just going to hold it here, I would hope, for the sake of sportsmanship here. Sydney Tucker's going to dribble it around. Screen comes from Cassidy McDaniel. Natalie Henning has it in the corner. Kicks back to Sydney, who kicks to Aaliyah. She holds it at the top. Guarded here by Bratcher. As Lady Tigers just trying to hold it here to close this game out. As Smith guarding Isabel Grimes, who kicks to Aaliyah Mucker. Or not Aaliyah Mucker, sorry, Cassidy, who tries to find Aaliyah. Turns that one over, unfortunately. Smith dribbles it around, loses it, and kicks it up to Cameron Kennedy. She dribbles around as Probus throws it straight into the hands of Aaliyah Mucker, who knocks it out. 9 seconds remain. Substitution coming into the ball game now. Aaliyah Mucker going to come out after a big night for her, and Caroline Lucas checks into the game. So Aaliyah, if my numbers are correct, has 33 points on the night. So a huge night for her, the senior, to really help the Lady Tigers in that big victory after a pretty exciting comeback. Smith goes for three at the buzzer. No good. The Lady Tigers come away with it 74-55 over third region opponents, Lady Eagles of Ohio County. It was honestly a back and forth game until about halfway through the third quarter, and then the Lady Tigers really closed it out.
Yeah.
Fought very hard. The defense didn't really work like it normally does, but they really picked it up there in that third and fourth quarter. The intensity wasn't really there in the first half. Maybe in the first quarter a little bit, they kind of pulled ahead with a big lead, but very exciting game. And that's really all I have to analyze about it. I thought they did a good job trying to prepare for Henderson County on Friday. So
definitely got a lot of shots up and a lot of shots made, especially early on. They kind of went in a bit of a cold streak there for a while towards the end of the first half, and even into the second half. The defense was kind of getting a little bit lax and allowing a lot of just shots in the paint to go up, but they figured it out, got a little bit of energy after Coach Mormon fired them up, and hopefully they'll start the game off like that whenever they do play Henderson County, and get ready for the tournament, and hopefully we'll see some banners up here.
Hopefully we get some banners, yes. As let's see, so scoring on the night, Cassidy McDaniel had 14, Sydney Tucker had 13, Lily Critchlow with 1, Aaliyah Mucker with, I believe, 33, Skylar Tucker with 5, and Isabel Grimes with 8 on the night. So I guess a really good performance around the board for them. I mean, really had to fight back there, really had to change the energy because it really wasn't there much going into that second half, and Coach Mormon fired them up, I will say. Once they came out of that timeout, when they got down 3, they fought like crazy to come back and win, and they won by a hefty margin. So I believe the next Breck Live coverage should be Thursday, which will be the Fighting Tigers against Grayson County. I'm not for certain on that, but make sure to tune into that. Not for certain if there will be a pregame show or not, but if there is, it should go live around 6:15 in that general vicinity. Not sure who will be commentating that game, but we will jump into it with enthusiasm. I suppose that's all I have to say. Would you like to add anything else before we finish things up here?
I really was just about the boys, I guess, since we already know the girls won by 19 here.
Yes.
I'm really excited after they've had a couple of good games. Kaysen has been kind of popping off recently.
Yeah.
He had 22 points against who was it, Caldwell County?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and then he dropped 32.
Dropped 32 last night against Hart County.
I got to watch it, and I saw his shots been falling down a lot more. His field goal percentage, especially most of the season, has been rough because he's felt like he needs to be the one that's taking more of the shots. But they've finally been able to kind of trust each other. I can tell on who's going to make the shots, and everybody's been playing such a really good part, and our defense has been well, maybe not last night.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I thought the defense was pretty good last night.
Well, I mean, like you saw Roten just pulling up, jumping over people, shooting just contested threes and draining.
I mean, it was just you're not normally going to see that in the third region. In the third region, you're probably not going to see that unless it's from an Owensboro Catholic or Owensboro maybe. But he just had some height.
It was insane.
He had some height to him.
It was insane.
But, that's really all I've got to say. Just make sure you tune in Thursday evening for that boys matchup. We will see you next Tuesday.
Yes,
a week
I believe
from
so.
today, I believe, against
make sure to stay on Twitter.
Yeah, stay on Twitter.
You will get the notifications for when Breck Live will be going
that's
live.
when I get the notifications for when we're going. I mean,
Yeah. We
see
jump
something,
right in on
if I
Twitter.
see something, I make sure, hey, I probably need to get there soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I believe that's all for Lincoln and I. So thanks for watching. Tune in next time,
Yes.
and we will catch you later. Goodbye.